Hey there, Mountaineer fans, and welcome into the 2016 edition of Southern Vermont College Women's Lacrosse is talking about preseason. Today we are joined by four members of the 2016 squad. From your left to right, we have senior captain Emily Fraley, freshman Aubrey Viestra, freshman Stephanie Fajeda, and junior captain Lauren Nessover. Ladies, thank you all for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Lauren, we'll start with you if you don't mind. How do you think the preseason has gone so far?
I think our preseason has gone really smoothly compared to last year. Being inside the gym makes it really hard, but having a couple more girls that have played before with the experience seems to make a huge difference.
Stephanie, what's been the best part of your team's preseason?
I think it's been like the connection that we have with each other. We definitely have like a good vibe, which helps like new players like me learn how to play and like get to know each other, have that bond. I think that's been the best part so far.
Emily, what's it been like being on a team that has a mix of really veteran players and some who haven't been playing lacrosse as long?
I mean, it's no matter what, it's definitely a learning experience for both experienced and inexperienced. I mean, the inexperienced learn from the experience. The nice thing is inexperienced people not only learn like how to play lacrosse, but they also learn tricks and cool things from the experienced people.
Aubrey, flip side of Stephanie's question, what's been the worst part of the preseason?
Well, I think that the worst part has been playing in the gym. It's so crowded and tight, and there's other teams that are playing in the gym as well, so we have to share it. So
Lauren, is there one or two players on the team who have really raised the eyebrows of their teammates with either their play or their work ethic during the preseason?
I think all of us have raised some eyebrows, even the people that have played before. I mean, our freshmen coming in, or even just the new girls who've never played before, are obviously going to raise eyebrows for us. But overall, I think the girls have been really working so hard during this preseason to really make a difference this year.
Stephanie, how has it helped or hurt you and the handful of others who have played a sport here at SVC in the fall, and now you're coming into lacrosse after that?
I mean, it's definitely got you in the right mindset. You're in the mood to play, you're fit. After having a little bit of a break, you're even more excited to be back, on the Everett fields, scoring some goals, getting the gameplay going. Yeah.
Emily, what's the team going to have to do in order to surpass the expectations of others or even yourselves in the course of the season?
We're just going to have to keep working hard together, communicating during practices and games, and even when we're not practicing, just so we know what's going on and we can be there for each other and support each other, whether it's with athletics or outside of athletics.
Aubrey, how has the preseason been different than those you had to go through in high school?
well, for college sports, you have to have a concussion test, and you have to have a sickle cell test done. So that was something new for me, and just like struggling to find like what time will work for other girls with practice was different, because being in high school, classes end, you have an hour or half an hour of study hall time, and then you go straight to practice. So
Lauren, what's the team going to have to do in order to get back into the postseason this year?
I think we're going to have to work a little bit harder than we did last year, just trying to maintain a couple more wins than we did last year. But I think overall, right, the way we sit right now, like there's no doubt that we'll be in the postseason again.
Stephanie, where do you see this team now, and how long do you think it's going to take for you and your teammates to get where you guys really want it to be?
I think we're a good team right now, especially having some inexperienced players and some experienced. I definitely think that time will tell really how well or how much better we could be. But definitely, I think even if we reach our peak, there's always more to go. So I can't really tell that.
Emily, how much different is it for this team to have a year under its belt and bring back some players who were with Coach Otero last year and now having some more overall experience than last year's team, which was still kind of trying to find its feet?
Well, Well, I already know we're already better, and we know so much already now compared to we did all of last season, and now we actually know what we're doing, and we're doing plays that we weren't even able to do at all last year.
Aubrey, how was it for you and your team to finally get out of the gym and practice outside on the field, especially over the last week or so?
I think we were all pretty excited to get to the field. I mean, it's not fun to play in the gym. There's not enough room. It's crowded. You can't really do drills in there. You can't play like a little scrimmage. And it's good to get outside to know our field before games and just see like how far we have to run and how far we have to throw, and with the ground balls, how it's going to react to the ground. And I just think we're all really excited.
Lauren, is there a game or two that you or the team as a whole are especially looking forward to this season? That's the one that you guys really have marked in the calendar and you just cannot wait for.
I know we look at like Norwich and Regis a lot for big competitive games. And personally, I'm looking forward to the ones that are really close for us last year, like Bay Path and Mitchell, because we know those girls are going to come out hard just like they did last year, and we're hoping that we'll get a better result than we did.
Stephanie, what characteristic of this team makes it special and might lead to the team's success in the course of the season?
I would definitely say our communication and our open minds to like try new things, especially when it comes to drills. I think that's going to lead us to victory this season.
Emily, what are you most looking forward to here in your senior season?
Enjoying it while it lasts, because time is going by too fast.
A little sad, but okay. Aubrey, what can Mountaineer fans expect to see out of the team this year?
Definitely more communication on the field, better passes, and more control of the ball, and hopefully win some more games. So.
Very good. Well, I know a lot of people will be watching. You can find out more information on the women's lacrosse team at svcathletics.com. Go to the women's lacrosse page and check out the roster, schedule, and all of their news. The team is set to open up the regular season at home on Sunday, March 20th against Rivier University. The Mountaineers then begin conference play on March 30th with a 4 p.m. first draw at Becker College. And then the Mountaineers hold Senior Day on Saturday, April 23rd, in conjunction with a 2:30 p.m. home game against Elms, honoring Miss Frayling right before first draw. So we hope to see you all there. Ladies, thank you all for joining us today, and good luck this season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey Mountaineer fans, and welcome back to Southern Vermont College Women's Lacrosse is talking about preseason. I am now joined by second-year head coach Thomas L. Otero. Coach, thanks for joining us today.
I appreciate the invite.
So Coach, you're about a little over a week away from your opening game. How do you think the preseason has gone so far?
Well, comparatively shopping, compared to last year, like night and day. The players have improved drastically compared to where they were last year. The players that were on the team last year improved tremendously, and with the influx of some new players and some new players that have already been highly skilled, our team is looking better than I've ever seen them before.
You know, aside from the numbers situation that you just alluded to, what have you seen to be the biggest difference in this team or the preseason as a whole than compared to last year's team?
The ability for our team to run drills consistently. Last year we really had a tough time running drills because they were just learning how to catch and throw and cradle. Now those skills are behind them, and now they're fine-tuning each one of those. So we're able to run a variety of high-end drills, which I never would have even attempted last year.
Now this year you were able to get outside in the fall a little bit and have a non-traditional season. How was that in helping the team get together and start to build that bond with one another before the actual preseason over the last month or so?
Well, you know, I think anytime you can get a group of teammates together before the regular season where they get to socialize a little bit, learn a little bit about themselves, their idiosyncrasies and stuff, is a great benefit. You know, last year we didn't have that. Some players knew each other from campus, but they really didn't know each other from the competitive game. And that, I think that helps us drastically this year compared to where we were last year, getting to know each other for the whole fall season.
What were you able to take away from last year and between you and your coaching staff? You know, look at, dissect, and utilize to make this year's team better?
Well, one thing that really impressed me about last year's team was their ability to just go as hard as they could. They never ever gave up or quit. The substitutions were limited, if any at all. They just gave everything they had left on the field. That was tremendous. So that whole work ethic, you know, builds from season to season, and those girls have that work ethic, and they were able to, you know, let the other players see some of that, and I think it rubs off on them. So our team is becoming a little bit tighter. We're not there where we want to be yet, but we're a lot further than we were in last year at this time.
How long do you think it's going to take for you guys to be where you want to be? Is it going to be within a week, within halfway through the season? Do you think it's even possible throughout the season, at the end of the year, to be exactly where you want this team to be?
Yeah, that's a great question for me. I'm one of those guys that, you know, I don't think they're ever where they want to be, but you know, they're ahead of where I expected them right now. They are ahead of where my expectations from what I thought they would be right now. So now I'm changing my goals and I'm setting a little bit higher. We've only had one competition in a scrimmage, and that was great learning curve for us. But I think you know, very shortly into the game season, you know, first third of the season, they're going to be a whole different team that second 2/3 of the season. You know, it's a whole learning curve for some of these girls, and they are really learning very fast.
What kind of overall expectations do you and your coaches have of this team this year?
Well, my expectations are always high. I'm an optimist. You know, I scouted all of our teams within the NECC that we played last year. All of them were fairly, you know, were pretty good. The ones, every one of our top teams lost their best players, and they have some good young players still there. But from where they were last year, I think all teams took a step down a little bit, not much. Whereas we, on the other hand, took a couple steps up, and we sort of closed or narrowed the gap from the top to the bottom here. You know, I think we can be very competitive this year with the athletes that I have if they continue to progress at the level they're doing now.
Now, when you built your non-conference schedule for this season, you scheduled Rivier University to come here to the Southern Vermont campus on March 20th in the afternoon. Looking at last year's winter, people who saw you do that might have said, what is he doing? Why? Why even bother? But actually this year we've been lucky, knock on wood so far, and it's looking like you're actually going to open up on March 20th, that's a Sunday in the afternoon, against a pretty solid Rivier team. How do you think you guys are looking going into that match with about a week out?
Well, the thing that hurts us a little bit is Rivier has turf. They will have a couple games under their belt already. They already defeated Becker, which one of our conference teams already. You know, I think the fact that they've had games under their belt will be a little bit harder for us. But I have high expectations. I think we have better athletes. You know, I think we have girls that want it more, and I have high expectations of this team. I expect to be a contender in our league. We're picked 5th by the coaches, but they haven't seen us yet, and we're not done with the oven yet. We're still cooking.
Again, that first match is scheduled for here on the Southern Vermont campus up at Everett Field on March 20th when you welcome Rivier University. We hope to see you all there. If you can't make it, you can follow along with the live stats on svcathletics.com. Coach, thanks for joining us today, and good luck this season.
Pleasure. Thanks again. Always a great time.